Hello everyone, George Packard, Family Lawn and Landscape. Today's question that I have for all of you is, what is your time worth? Now, the reason I bring this up is because it's been brought up to me by several fellow YouTubers. Everybody from all over the country is asking me all the time about how much should they charge for this? How much should they charge for that? Whether it's mowing, whether it's landscaping, everybody has a different idea on what to charge. I'm going to try and clarify to you what your time is worth, or how you should figure out what your time is worth. I mean, keep in mind, it's from one side of the country to the other. So while I can't give you an exact number, I can give you an approximate of where I think you should be compared to where I'm at, where other people are at, and from talking to guys from all over the United States, okay, and from different countries. So, start out with, this is the way I look at things here, okay? So, in Wisconsin, we have 8 months to make our money. Okay, so we're able to charge a little bit more than, say, Florida, okay, where you're working 12 months out of the year. So in Wisconsin, what I do is I charge $65 an hour per man, okay? Now, down in Florida, it's different. Down in Florida, it's $45 an hour per man is what I try to charge down there. Florida's way different. Why is it way different? It's because there's 7 million lawn care landscape companies down there. Ferocious competition, and no matter where, I guess you are in the United States, no matter who you talk to, everybody's got tons of competition. So I don't think that's necessarily the commanding factor there. I believe you have 12 months out of the year to make your money down in Florida. You can work year round. I think that drives the price down a little bit, and the fact that you have so much competition, that drives the price down a lot, okay? Up here in Wisconsin, like say, for example, my hometown, I think we have about 5 landscapers in my hometown. The population of my hometown is like 8,000 people, so it's not much. But we have surrounding areas and so on and so forth we work in. Okay, so maybe I'm working with 50,000 people, but now maybe I have 7 landscapers that I'm having to deal with. Regardless, it's $65 an hour is what I charge. You're never going to get that type of money if you don't ask for that type of money. Now, there may be some of you guys, and I'm sure there are, that are going to pipe in and they're going to say, I make $75 an hour, I make $85 an hour. Guys are going to come in and say, I make $20 an hour. And I'm sure, because it varies from all over the country. So you got to find out where it's at in your neck of the woods. It's going to be different than what it is for me. It's going to be different than Wisconsin. If you don't live here, you know, for an example, even in Wisconsin, there's areas, if you go farther south towards the cities, towards, like Milwaukee, for example, where guys are getting more money. They're getting $85 an hour, so it does change. What's your time worth? That's what you have to figure out. And there's many, many things to figure when you're thinking about all that stuff. So, for example, one thing I worry about all the time is skin cancer. I'm in the sun all the time. I'm worried about it all the time because sooner or later I'm probably going to get it. Landscapers, lawn care guys, you're out in that stuff all the time. You're very susceptible to it, okay? That's something to consider when you think about going out there and working for $5, $10, $15, $20 an hour, whatever it is you're working for. When you're out in that heat, it's like down in Florida or anywhere. Everybody deals with heat, So when you're out there working on that stuff, what's your time worth? When you're the guy out there on that shovel and you're doing the back-breaking work and you're shoveling those ditches and you're lifting the big boulder retaining walls, putting those up, and the big bricks, you're putting all that together for your modular concrete retaining walls, what do you think your time is worth? I'll tell you what mine's worth. Now, I'm 50 years old. I've got a bad back. I've got bad knees. I've got a bad neck. My joints are getting stiff. My hands, my knuckles just pop when I twist them up. I've been around, man. I've been doing this for a long time. So I figure my time is worth money. And if they don't want to pay me my money, I'd rather go fishing. So that's my philosophy. That's my take on it. There's a lot of hazards, You're out there, you lawn mowing guys, you're out there monkeying with mowers that you could flip on top of you at any time on these steep slopes, kill yourself, cut your fingers off. Saw one thing that was on the internet the other day. A guy was going with a weed whip and he hit a nail up by a house. They were doing some roofing. The nail flew up, went right into his eye. They showed an x-ray of his head like this and a big old spike right through the eye, way back into here. So that dude, he lost his eye, and what's that worth to you? What's the hearing loss worth to you? You may not think about it now, but you're going to think about it when you get to be 50, 60, 70 years old and you can't hear anything, okay? let's see, you work in all types of weather. What about that? You're not like a plumber or electrician that can go inside and work. You're having to work in the rain. You're having to work in the cold, in the wet half the time, So there's a lot of factors that play into that, okay? You work even if you're sick half the time, because the work has to be done and you only got so much time to get it done. So you get a lot of pressure that way. You need to set your price. That's the way I look at things. So what is your time worth? Your time's worth a lot. And I've said this once, I've said it twice, I've said it a million times. Get your price up to what you feel you're worth. Check around, and I've done this in Florida, and I continue to do it in Wisconsin. I am probably the highest priced landscaper in my town. And down in Florida, I'm damn close to the highest price. Because I raise my prices because I know that's what we're worth. We're worth more money. I'm going to raise my prices to give me a fair shot at everything, fair shot at what I'm worth. You people need to do the same thing. You need to set a price that not completely ridiculous, but get on the higher end of things. Don't be the low baller, okay? Get paid for what you're worth. This has been George Packard, Family Lawn and Landscape. Thanks for watching. If you want to see any of my other videos, check on the links down below. We archive them on our websites. And give me your questions. Let me know. Send me some comments, guys. Just real quick comments, and let me know the city you're in and what you guys are charging so others can see. So everybody knows that it fluctuates all over the place, but it can give some other guys some ideas where they need to be in their prices. Be realistic, be real, tell the truth so we can share and help each other build their businesses. Thanks for watching.